was your host, Howard, back with my continuation of my 2010 year review continues with bragging rights. Yeah, October 24th, a Raw and SmackDown event, as every fucking period is in 2010 at the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So basically, anyway, yeah, this was sponsored by this game, which I already reviewed this game like 2 years ago in my SmackDown vs. Raw trilogy review. So basically, that's it. This is the final bragging rights period, by the way. So they did do it again in 2011 because the brand split was dead at the point. But yeah, until they re-emerged for Survivor Series, which thank God they didn't do that anymore for that, because the last Survivor Series had the War Games, so basically there's that. Basically, this is just Raw versus or SmackDown versus Raw, basically, and I gotta say the 2009 bragging rights was better than this, because this show was bad also, like every fucking pay-per-view except for a few in 2010. Basically, yeah, this was a bad show. Oh my god, I'm almost at the end. We got Turning Point next, and I already did Survivor Series also, so it'll be Final Resolution next, and TLC, so 3 to go. Finally, first off, we get Daniel Bryan defeating Dolph Ziggler. Oh my god, this match was so fucking... There was no interaction with these two. Ask Backlash in a month with Seth Rollins and fucking Omos. Yeah, I deny this was a boring ass match. Like, seriously. 4. Yeah. I don't get the whole thing with the champion versus champion match. Bragging rights, basically. I mean, Miz and Morrison made sense because they were former tag team partners, but these two do not have any interaction. That's all I have to say. Then we get, now, for some reason, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre came out. They saying they're the most dominant tag team. How many fucking times have we had to say that fucking word? Then that stupid laptop of a GM, but I don't know what the hell was it, but then Wade Barrett comes out and says, you know, Dave Otunga and John Cena are going to face the tag team titles tonight, and we get this, and this was a short run, because the next night they dropped the tag titles. John Cena does not want to be involved with this, because if Cena fucks up or something, he's fired, basically. So, yeah. This was bad also. Too, and John Cena give Daniel Tucker the AA after the match was funny anyways. Then we had Ted DiBiase defeating Goldust in a random ass match, because this was started because Goldust stole the $1 Million Championship. When the hell did the $1 Million Championship become a thing in 2010? 0. It was a shit match. Yeah. I don't get this why. Anyways, then we get the next match for the US Championship. I just quickly going to do this show because this show was terrible. Layla defeats Natalya to retain the US Championship. This was Michael Cole's not Michael Cole. Oh my god, Matt Striker with a cringe whatever accident. I had enough of him. Basically, worse than Pat McAfee. And yeah, a 1. Basically. Shitty match. Again. Then we get a Buried Alive match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The culmination of the Undertaker-Kane feud. This was just the whole thing was the whole vegetative state, basically, and yeah, it was. And then at Hell in a Cell, Paul Bearer turned on The Undertaker to join with Kane. Second time in a row, Paul Bearer betrays The Undertaker. And this is a buried alive match. If outside of the Boneyard match at WrestleMania 36, 10 years later, this is the last buried alive match in WWE, basically. Kane defeats The Undertaker to retain the World Heavyweight Championship in this buried alive match. Better than the Hell in a Cell match, but it's not good either. At the end, the Nexus interfere in this match. Like, what the fuck was the point of that? Because The Undertaker's gonna fight Triple H at WrestleMania 27, and I don't fucking understand this at all. Kane doing this to, dump the dirt on the payloader or whatever it was. That was interesting, and this was the last time we see The Undertaker in 2010 because he's become less and less of what he used to be. He's started becoming a part-timer, basically. 6 out of 10. It was a good buried alive match, but the fucking Nexus ruined it. Yeah. So, if you want to see what happens after Kane, after this feud, he feud with Edge for Survivor Series, and then we'll get to TLC soon. Then we get the bragging rights 14 Survivor Series style match. Yeah, I said Survivor Series style match because they did eliminations, basically. So, basically, that's how we get to this. So, Team SmackDown of Alberto Del Rio. Big Show, Edge, Jack Swagger, Rey Mysterio, and Tyler Rex. Who? Don't remember him. Defeats Team... By the way, the night after Hell in a Cell, Edge was traded back to SmackDown, which... Good. Because he was lost in the shovel on Raw, basically. Defeats Team Raw of CM Punk, who got traded back to Raw also. Ezekiel Jackson, John Morrison, The Miz, who's the team captain. Big Show was the team captain of SmackDown also. R-Truth, Santino Marella, and Sheamus. I'm not going through every fucking elimination. All I know is Edge and Rey Mysterio were the survivors, and SmackDown won again. They won bragging rights for the second and last time, basically. The only three deserve to be on Team SmackDown are Big Show, Rey Mysterio, and Edge. And on Team Raw, the only ones who should be on here was The Miz, Punk, and Sheamus. It should have been a 3-on-3 match. You don't need a 14 man in this match. It should have been a 3-on-3 match, in my opinion, because... Yeah. It was... decent. A 5. Yeah. Main event for the WWE Championship. And there was a stipulation that Bear lost. Cena would have been fired. Wade Barrett defeats Randy Orton by disqualification. And because as Randy Orton was still the WWE Champion. Yeah. This was worse than their Survivor Series match. I'm just being perfectly honest. This was boring as shit. That's because it's typical babyface Randy Orton. Again, sooner or later, I will do a video on why Randy Orton was way better as a heel. John Cena came in and AA is way better for the disqualification, basically. And then afterwards, Randy Orton RKO'd both of them. Yeah, great babyface you are, Randy Orton. Fuck off. Another 0. Fuck. I can't not talk about this. This is a boring as shit main event. So, This was the last bragging rights, and the 2009 bragging rights was better than this. This show sucked. A 3.9 out of 10. The only reason it's a 3.9 is because the Buried Alive match and the bragging rights match were the only two watchable matches on the show. Not great matches, watchable matches. This is worse than me reviewing the 1995 shit. Because 95 at least was hilarious in a bad way. This is a fucking torture chamber for me. So next up, Turning Point 2010. And afterwards, Final Resolution and Tables, Ladders, and Chairs will be the next one. Tomorrow, the long-awaited return of the Wrestling's Dumpster Fires. Next topic will be when Nikki Cross became a fucking superhero. A joke of a superhero, basically. Bye.